What's going on, guys? What's going on? I'm checking out Etheria Restart. They have a final test live stream. We're gonna be checking that out. What's going on, Willow Games? All right, we got 1 minute left. I'm excited, man. This game, new gotcha game. I ain't gonna lie, this game right here is the Honkai Star Rail Killer, bro. The turn-based game. It's very similar to HSR, but it actually looks pretty good, man. There's PvP in the game. It looks nice. I'm looking forward to this game. I've been keeping my eyes on this game for a hot minute. And I think there's like a beta test coming soon or something like that for the game. So I'm looking forward to it. But they released this in such a good time because, you know, HSR pretty much died to me. So that game is done. So another
Hello, Hyperlinkers.
turn-based game.
To the
There we go, guys.
Etheria Final Test Direct. I'm your host, Mary.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael.
Today, we're giving you the inside scoop on the upcoming official launch of Etheria. Michael and I will walk you through all the exciting features this version has to offer. Michael wants to give everyone a quick overview of what Etheria is all about.
Absolutely. Etheria is an urban supernatural strategy RPG with a turn-based combat system that really stands out. We've taken classic turn-based gameplay and mixed it with deep strategic elements and open exploration.
Oh my gosh, this actually looks pretty good.
Fresh and exciting. The flexibility in battles is incredible. You can create so many different team combinations based on each Animus's unique abilities. Also, you can control the action in real time, commanding the moves exactly when you want them. When you pull off those perfect skill synergies to defeat a tough opponent,
Oh wow.
that feeling is amazing.
That sounds amazing.
I think that's a 4-star character.
It's fully cross-platform on PC, iOS, and Android, so you can play whenever and wherever you want.
Nice.
We've got a lot to cover today about what makes Etheria
PC client on launch is good.
Let's check out the preview video.
So, by the way, guys, the game is releasing on June 5th, but there's going to be a test in May. Okay, that guy looks cool, man. That guy looks nice. But they got stamina in there. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool looking characters in here when it comes to design. But this guy looks badass, bro. He reminds me of Nanook in HSR.
The PV just released the official release date, June 5th.
That's right.
Yeah, June 5th.
Pre-registration for the official launch is now open on all major app stores. You can also head to the Etheria website to pre-register for your preferred platform.
Make sure you guys go
Best part?
pre-register if you want to,
Pre-register now
if you're
and get
interested.
exclusive rewards.
For hyperlinkers in regions where this test isn't available yet, don't worry. We're working hard to bring the release to your areas too. Stay tuned for updates. To ensure everyone has the best experience at launch, we're running a paid test on May 8th. This test will include payment features with a special bonus. Any
Okay.
purchases made during the test will come with multiple rebates at the official launch. Check
Okay.
our social channels for all the rebate details. Now that we've covered the test dates, let's look at what's coming up in today's Direct.
In the first part, Mary and I will introduce what Etheria is all about. We'll show you all the exciting content coming at launch. Plus, we'll reveal brand new gameplay
Damn.
features that haven't appeared in any
So
previous
much
test.
content here.
After that, we have a special segment lined up for you. Our community manager, Chris, will host a Hyperlink conference. He'll be joined by content creators and Etheria's game director to explore the game and share all the exciting in-game events planned for the official launch. All right, let's dive right in. First up, Michael, what's the main storyline and background of Etheria?
The story of Etheria is set in a future where humanity faces civilization collapse. To survive, people transfer their consciousness into a virtual world called Etheria, where they live alongside animals, beings who wield the power of
The
air.
Matrix.
For a time, everyone
I look like the
coexisted peacefully,
Matrix.
but then a disaster known as Genesis began to corrupt the animus. They turned violent, putting human lives at risk. To fight back, the Union was formed. As a hyperlinker, you'll enter Etheria to cleanse the Genesis and restore balance to this fractured world.
Wow, so Etheria's story takes place in a sci-fi post-apocalyptic setting.
Literally
So
Matrix,
creative and
bro.
immersive.
Absolutely. Now, let's jump right into the game and check out the actual gameplay. When you start the game,
Let's see this.
the
Ooh,
first
that's
visual experience
cool.
is the main character's home. The
That is
interface
so
designed
cool.
to feel like a cozy living space.
Can you walk around?
Outside, you'll see a bleak, snowy landscape, reminding you that the real world is still trapped in the aftermath of
That's so
history.
unique.
I love the contrast of having a cozy home away from the freezing and desolate world. It creates such a comforting vibe.
Same here. The main
I don't think
character's
you can
home
walk
isn't
around.
just cozy. It's also functional. You can use the workbench to develop and upgrade your animus.
So those are all the
Browse
characters.
archives with the Chaco Ring. Access other helpful features. The big TV in front of you lets you perform hyperlink summons to bring a new animus to your team. Also, you can quickly jump to any function using the shortcut bar. Most importantly, as a hyperlinker, you use the hyperlink device at home to dive into and explore the world of Etheria.
Arena realm, so you guys can see that PvP right there.
After all, the heart
Stamina
and
only
adventure
cap
happens in the
155.
virtual
I don't know.
world of
That's probably
Etheria.
just like
That's right. In the main
maybe just a
storyline, as
placeholder for now.
hyperlinker, you can explore
I have no idea.
sandbox-style levels in your virtual world. You'll team up with your partner Maggie and other animus to take on challenges together. We built Etheria using Unreal Engine, which let us create these gorgeous game environments and characters. The main
Okay.
story features high-quality cinematic scenes that really pull you into the world as you explore and uncover.
No
its
black
secrets.
screen with
Those
white
scenes are
text.
Absolutely mind-blowing. I can't wait to see what kind of story will unfold.
For hyperlinkers who want to focus on efficiency, you can speed up the story by holding down the fast forward.
Here we go. We got a
or
skip
even
button,
skip
boys.
scenes altogether. While
Sir.
exploring, you can take out weaker enemies with stealth attacks, but for the tough ones, you'll need to face them head on. Combat in Etheria uses a turn-based system where your animus' speed determines who acts first. Skills don't use up resources, but they do have cooldowns. When you're up against powerful enemies, you'll really need to think about your strategy.
From what you're saying,
Okay.
it sounds like combat in Etheria really makes you think strategically. So, Michael, what's your advice for new players? How should they put together their team of animus?
It's honestly not as complicated as it sounds, and it's super fun. Let me break down how combat and team building work. Early in the story, you'll already have access to a strong team. During the prologue, Maggie introduces you to 4 powerful animuses from the Union, so you're set up for success right away. You'll meet Gray, who boosts critical damage, Chachi, who can stun enemies and help
Okay.
teammates, Dorothy, who keeps everyone healed up, and SSR Animus Leon, who
So,
boosts
buffer,
These
support,
four make an
healer,
awesome, well-rounded
DPS.
team that can handle most early challenges. They're perfect for farming equipment dungeons and other early game content. Leon
So they literally
especially
give you like a
stands out with
really
her
strong
critical
team
damage
comp
output. She'll carry you
for
until you
free.
build more
That's
specialized
nice.
teams. You'll probably see her dominating PvP matches too. Players love her.
It's obvious each animus has their own role in battle. Winning comes down to finding the right combinations and strategies. Michael, can you tell us about some other Animus units and what makes them cool?
For sure. Each Animus in Etheria has been carefully designed, and when we launch on June 5th, you'll get to meet even more new characters. Let me give you a quick preview of the 5 new Animus coming at launch on June 5th. Real
Okay.
Mocha, the Union sweetheart, a
Ooh.
tiny sugar-loving
Okay.
girl who loves a
Looks
spotlight.
cool.
Rosa, who's ruthless but pretty intimidating. Tsukiyomi, the top student council
Whoa,
member
yo,
of
her
the
lance
13th
looks nice.
District High School. Born, one of Astro's
Yo,
three CEOs
Sunday?
besides a sharp mind behind
We
the
got
scenes.
Sunday in this game
And
too.
Mia, who's super energetic and always
Okay.
looking on the bright side.
Sounds like each
Yo,
one
they
is
put
bringing
Sunday in the
something
game, bro.
unique to the table.
That's
As
actually
players,
funny.
You'll need to think about which ones to level up based on what challenges you're facing.
And that's not all. There are over 50 Animus waiting for you in the game.
50
Don't worry about
Animus
running
is
out of
crazy.
resources early on either. Through various game modes, you'll be able to earn plenty of summoning resources to build your dream team.
Oh, and speaking of the big TV we mentioned earlier, it's not just for show.
Damn.
You can use it to summon new Animus companions. But is there more you can tell us about how summoning works?
So there's
Michael?
2 limited
Absolutely.
banners.
We just introduced 5 new
Okay.
SSR Animuses who will be joining the summon pool over time. But there's one more exciting addition, Freya, a brand new SSR who will debut as the first featured character when the game officially launches. Let's
Okay.
check out this short battle preview to see her in action.
Okay.
一緒に夢へ入りたいの言っておくけど
I ain't gonna lie, man. She kind of stacked. What is she? Is she like a healer? He's hollow. I don't know what that means.
嬉しいわもう夢の中で出会っているかもしれないけど
Yeah, what's her skill preview? Let's check it out.
Skill 1. Freya deals 2 instances of damage to a single enemy. The
Okay.
first instance can apply 1 stack of Dreamlight to a random ally, while the second has a chance to apply Nightmare to the target enemy for 1 turn. Dreamlike allows teammates to consume 1 stack of Nightmare and trigger Purify when a debuff is applied during their subsequent actions, lasting
Okay.
for 2 turns. When an enemy affected by Nightmare is attacked, Freya's ally will recover some of her health. Freya's exclusive passive: when an ally receives a buff, their action progress increases by a certain amount. When an enemy gets a debuff, their action progress decreases by a certain amount. Skill 2. Freya grants all allies defense up and 2 stacks of Dreamlight for 2 turns. Ultimate
Okay, so
skill:
she's like a
Freya
support
grants
unit.
all allies attack up for 2 turns, attacks all enemies, and deals 4 instances of massive damage, each with a chance to apply Nightmare for 1 turn. Freya
Okay.
possesses a variety of unique effects. Dreamlight provides allies with a continuous cleansing effect, while Nightmare
She's a
causes allies to
cleanser,
restore their
right?
HP
And she's a
with
she
stacked
can also
Her
heal as
exclusive
well.
Passive allows allies to gain action progress when buffed and reduces enemy action progress when debuffed. With the ability to grant both attack up and defense up, she can simultaneously enhance her team's offensive and defensive capabilities. By weaving her distinct abilities, Freya provides exceptional team utility through support and action progress.
She seems pretty solid.
Damaging enemies, she impedes their actions through debuffs and turn meter reduction. Her capacity to enhance attack and defense parameters makes her an incredibly versatile support animus.
Yeah, she can probably work in like
Triumph
defense
over
teams
even the most
if you're on like a
formidable adversaries
defense
with a
DPS
strategic
unit.
advantage.
Yeah, she sounds good, man.
Wow, Freya looks amazing. As the first new SSR after launch, she definitely has both the style and power to back it up. But honestly, my luck with these games hasn't been great lately. I'm worried I won't be able to pull her when the game.
Yeah, how many pulls we getting?
Don't worry about it, Mary. Freya will be available through a limited time featured summon, and this banner has a special feature everyone should know about.
Okay, what's the
With
special
pool,
feature?
Your chances of getting Freya are significantly higher. Plus, you only need 100 crystals per pull, and there's no 50-50 chance involved. When
Oh,
you
no
get your
50-50?
first SSR, it's guaranteed to be Freya.
Will all future limited time pulls for new SSR
Come on.
work the
No
same way?
50-50.
Yes, we've designed
Thank
this so that
you.
every player can guarantee their favorite
Let's
animus
go,
by
bro.
a specific amount of resources.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Besides the limited
To
time
all those
summons,
stupid ass
are there
50-50
other
people.
types of summons in Ethereum?
You don't need
To
50-50.
welcome new players to Etheria,
Fucking
we
clowns.
prepared one beginner exclusive summons. Guarantees an SSR only 40 pulls.
40
With the
pity.
official launch, we'll also have a rate up summon for the fan favorite SSR.
Now, max pity for limited banner is 100, but no 50-50 is
Now
good,
we've
bro.
covered the new animus.
Let's
Let's
go,
remember,
man.
their strength also depends on
Okay.
how you build and
Yes,
summon them.
sir.
So let's check out Etheria's
That's
unique
nice.
progression system and see how you can power your team.
In the Animus development interface, you can use upgrade materials to boost your character's level and star rating. Here's the cool part. Every Animus, regardless of rarity, can be upgraded to a maximum of 6 stars and level 50. You can also enhance their potential, upgrade skills, and use duplicate shadow prints for quality upgrades. Beyond leveling up your Animus, Etheria also has a unique matrix system for equipment. By combining matrix points for modules and shells, you can activate powerful matrix effects once you meet certain conditions. These matrix effects can give your Animus huge stat boosts. For example, if your main damage dealer relies on critical hits, you can maximize their potential by equipping 3 crit.
This unit looks really cool.
Just like in this demo. Right now, there are 21 different matrix effects in the game, offering boosts to stats like attack, defense, crit damage, healing, speed, and more. On top of that, there are 6 specialized matrix effects that need specific combinations of modules and shells, each contributing 6 points to activate.
Wait, Michael.
Like the 50/50 is amazing. I mean, no 50/50 is great, man. I will say the pity is a lot though. 100 pity is crazy work, but no 50/50, I'll take it.
Tons of customization options.
I'll take it.
3 modules on the left have fixed primary attributes, while the 3 on the right can be equipped with.
And it seems like you don't need to summon for a weapon,
Specialized matrix effects we just talked about. Plus, modules can be upgraded,
which is also pretty good. You just summon for the character.
attributes for even more stat boosts.
Got it. So the module system offers lots of flexibility for customizing builds. But where do we actually get these modules?
You can earn modules by challenging 3 unique bosses in Threshold mode, each with 14 difficulty levels.
HSR could never.
Bosses drop different modules, and the higher the difficulty, the better modules you get. That's great. And here's a cool feature. After beating a boss at a certain difficulty, you'll unlock continuous battles based on your star rating. During these battles, you can minimize the combat screen and check out other parts of the game while the fights run in the background. When they're done, just claim your rewards. Being able to AFK farm is super.
Oh, AFK farm is also pretty good.
We also mentioned needing shells.
What game is this? This is Etheria Restart.
Explain more about the
Another
shells?
turn-based
Absolutely.
RPG
What
game.
exactly are shells in Etheria?
Shells are basically companions.
It's releasing on June 5th.
Each one has unique skills.
No
Some
50/50.
shells actively
100%
attack
guaranteed.
enemies, while others provide stat boosts to your Animus. Different types of shells have
Yeah, I
different
think it's
abilities,
character
like
only. You don't need to get
unlock
weapons, which is
stronger
nice.
skills and passive effects. You can also use material reconstruction to refine the passive effects for better results. You can get shells by taking on Grim Pursuit mode, where 10 unique bosses are waiting to be challenged. Before jumping into battle, you can
Ooh, that's a
check
cool
the
looking
shells
boss.
page or the archive to see which shells or modules drop from each stage. That way, you can target exactly what you need. By the way, Etheria also has a super convenient loadout feature.
Artifact loadouts.
Save the equipment setups in the development interface and load them once
Artifact
you
loadouts.
can
Yo, artifact loadouts on release is crazy, bro.
Now that we've covered the basics of gameplay, and
Artifact
tactical
loadouts on
strategy,
release is
I think you have a good idea
crazy.
of what Etheria is all about. Let's take a short break.
Yes.
Yeah, this game
There
pretty
we
much
go.
kills
Just a quick
HSR, bro, in my
reminder,
opinion.
Etheria officially launches on June 5th, and pre-registration is now open on all major games.
Let's go,
Head
man.
over to the official Etheria website and pre-register for your platform of choice to
All right, we got our
snap
first
to
code,
support.
Etheria
When the game officially
0605,
launches,
guys.
You can use the redeem code on your screen to get anima prototypes, so be sure to grab a screenshot. And don't forget, during the final test phase, you can also use redeem codes for even more anima. In the final test phase, you
Why is this lagging,
anima
man?
prototypes. So stay tuned. Now sit back and enjoy this exciting teaser video. After this, we'll dive into more of Etheria's gameplay features.
See you in
Nice.
a bit.
Hey, man, great news, man. Great news. Great news, bro. What is this? Okay, they're just showing this again. Bro, no 50/50. We don't need to summon for weapons. Artifact loadouts. Come on, man. Like, wow. Wow. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing.
みんな本気で行くぞ。
That's literally Sunday. Pride also already has this on their tier list. Yeah, I saw that.
Welcome back to the Etheria official launch direct. Next up, we're diving into the game's rich and varied gameplay modes.
That's right. Etheria has even more exciting modes waiting for you. In the Trial Challenge, there are 4 unique challenge modes, each with its own gameplay style and special rewards. Then there's Animus Echoes, which features a variety of side stages.
Wait, it seems like you can go over
Each
155 stamina.
Clearing these stages
But that's
rewards you
probably
with
the
fun
max.
goodies, summon vouchers,
They definitely have to
upgrade
increase that.
materials, and even avatars and other cosmetic items for your characters. Don't forget about Phantom Theater, a multiplayer challenge where 2 hyperlinkers team up with 3 squads to take down powerful bosses.
Oh, that's
The
so
higher your battle rating,
cool.
the better your rewards, and they reset weekly.
You can
So
fight
there's
bosses
always
with other
more.
people.
Deep within Etheria lies the abyss.
That
of
is
the
so
deep
nice,
unknown
man.
Ember. Hyperlinkers are sent to explore this mysterious space in Ember.
Yo, they're going
This
crazy,
mode
bro.
features 42 sequential areas where you'll tackle exploration challenges and battle various bosses. In these areas, you'll encounter consciousness corridors that require sandbox-style exploration, mine rifts where you'll face specific Animus teams, and Memory Abyss where you'll challenge fully powered bosses with enhanced skills. As you explore, you'll earn Laybot supply points to exchange for rewards.
Yeah, raid system is so cool,
Finally,
man.
There's the challenging Ethernet Rally, where
What's
you'll
this?
build 3 Animus teams starting from different locations. You'll tackle various stages to collect loot, upgrade its quality through nodes,
Okay.
and ultimately defeat all the bosses for high-quality rewards.
Wow, there's so much variety. From Animus Echoes, where you can dive into characters' backstories, to the high difficulty challenges of Ember and Ethernet Rally. The gameplay is challenging but super rewarding.
Why can't Hoyo do
This
this?
third
Because they don't have
area
to.
offers plenty of depth. We've
That's why.
also added limited time event modes
They get
alongside
millions and
rewards.
millions of dollars every single month. They don't have to.
Rotating events are fun, easy to jump into, and packed with great rewards. The Cubic game is a mode where you use magical cards on randomly generated numbered discs to adjust the difficulty, effects, and rewards of each stage. At Lily's Magic Divination Shop, you'll get cubic boards of varying difficulties and use random cards to enhance elements like bosses and rewards. Strategically place your cards to target the rewards you want and then take on the bosses to claim them. Then there's Champion's Call, a prediction event where teams from major Etheria factions compete in the arena. During
They have a
events, you
tournament.
predict which team will win the championship. Guess correctly,
Yo,
and
that's
you'll
so
earn even better
goated,
rewards.
bro.
These 2 limited time
They
events
also have
will
a
keep
tournament, so you can like compete.
and we'll keep adding more exciting ones in the future.
This is gonna be a competitive game, man.
Sounds amazing. After hearing about so many fun and diverse gameplay features, I'm really looking forward to the official launch. So, Michael, for new players like me, what's the best way to quickly get the hang of the game and start enjoying everything it offers?
Don't worry, Mary. We've definitely thought about new players. We know it can
Okay.
feel overwhelming with so much to do, so we've made sure there's plenty of guidance.
The
to help
stamina
you.
increased to 200?
In Etheria, we've prepared a
Oh, it
series
did.
of
I saw that.
high-level
It did.
charters. By following the prompts in these charters, you'll gradually learn the ins and outs of the game while earning some awesome rewards along the way. Plus, the powerful starter Animus Leon can carry you all the way into the late game. The Hyperlink charter includes exclusive.
They're saying that
quests
this
for
character is
Leon,
gonna be very good.
completing them will get you tons of upgrade materials, including Leon's anima, which helps you power her up quickly. And that's not all. Outside of the game, we've teamed up with the famous strategy site Hell Hades to create a dedicated Etheria page. The folks at Hell Hades have even put together a short video for us. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, Hell Hades here. Today I'm going to be bringing you some awesome news. The team at hellhades.com, we're going to be collaborating with Etheria Restart, and we're going to be creating guides, we're going to be doing hero tutorials and more, all the things you'd expect from the HH Gaming team. The content's going to go live in April when the game launches into beta. Etheria Restart has got tons of content already, both PvE and PvP, including live arena on launch. And when the Hell Hades
This is
team wanted
nice.
to try the game, we knew we
I'ma
wanted
check
to
out this
cover it.
website.
It's got so much packed into it. We know the community is going to love it. There's just so much depth. Different builds, different characters, different formations to try. So we know you're going to need those walkthroughs from hellhades.com. So mark
Yes,
the
sir.
date, 5th of June, that is when Etheria Restart is going to go live. Let's hyperlink the world.
Welcome back to the Direct. Next up, we're diving into even more gameplay features. Michael, earlier you mentioned the Phantom Theater, a multiplayer.
Notice how they
where
didn't
you
even
can
talk about
unlock
the story
different
once.
challenges.
They've been
Are
talking
there
about the
any
game
other
itself.
multiplayer features in the game?
I like that.
Absolutely. That brings us to the union system, which I'm excited to introduce next.
Is this like the
In
guild
Etheria,
system?
You can create your own union and invite
There we go.
friends
We
to
got
join.
guilds, guys.
In your union, you'll earn daily rewards. for
Guilds on
deciding
global
it,
launch.
Work together on weekly tasks for extra resources, and shop for upgrade materials in the union shop. Plus, with the union,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make my own guild.
Animus
Gonna be lit.
prototype shards from your union members. Collect enough shards and you can upgrade your Animus's animal level. You can also contribute meme wishes to help out your fellow union members. In the union's Anchor Recon Challenge, you'll team up with other members to take down 3 powerful
Dude, there's
bosses
so
of
much
the union.
content, bro. Like,
You'll need to organize a
for
5-player
global
squad
launch,
with
there's
tough
so much
bosses, and
content.
even borrow support Animus from other union members. Each time you chip away at a boss's health, you'll earn rewards based on the damage dealt. When you finally defeat the boss, you'll get a
Because in
victory
other
chest
games,
and
they
union points. If
it
you
would
want
take
items
them
from the union
months
shop, team up with your
to
union
like
and take on
implement
these
a guild
bosses together.
system. Months to
So far,
implement
Michael has
PvP, but
introduced
this
us to
game's
the
like they just
concept
put
of
everything in
creating
it, bro.
PvP content, but I'm really curious, what kind of PvP experience does the game offer?
With such a strong foundation of single-player story, deep progression systems, and a wide variety of Animus for PvE, we've also put a lot of effort into creating exciting PvP content. We want to deliver a thrilling competitive experience through the Arena Realm PvP mode. That's why we've prepared several player versus player options.
Okay.
The Arena Realm features 3 distinct arenas. First is the ranking arena, where
Nice.
you'll use
There's a
arena
ranking
tickets, which
system.
you get daily to challenge other players' defensive teams. Winning matches earns you points, but you also need a solid defensive team. If it gets defeated, you'll lose points. Climb the ranks to reach the top mythic tier.
Would you play
and at the
Final
end of each
Fantasy?
season, you'll earn
And not
special
right now.
rewards based
There's a
on
lot
your
of games
rank.
I'm playing right now, to be
Reach
honest.
mythic, and you'll even unlock a cool arena nameplate frame.
The first mode is all about challenging other players' defensive teams. So, does the second PvP mode involve real-time battles against other players?
You got it.
We got
The
real-time
Summit Arena is a
PvP, guys.
real-time RTA PvP mode where you
Real-time
face off
PvP.
against other hyperlinkers in live battles. And yes, it supports global cross-server matchmaking. In Summit Arena, once you're
Okay.
matched with an opponent, you'll take turns selecting Animus for your team. During this phase, neither side can pick the same character. After both sides have chosen 5 Animus, you'll get to ban one of your opponent's picks. The
Okay, we
strategic
also have a
battle
ban
begins
system
right
too.
from the selection phase. You'll need to outthink your opponent to secure victory. Summit Arena also offers rank-up rewards, including unique avatar frames for reaching certain tiers. At the end of the season, you'll earn special rewards based on your final ranking.
Summit Arena really takes Etheria's PvP intensity to the next level. But you mentioned there are 3 different arenas. I can't even imagine what other PvP modes the dev team has in store.
The third arena is called the Fearless Arena, which features an official light esports mode. Here you can quickly match with 8 hyperlinkers to compete in a Fearless Cup event.
Okay.
The event runs every Saturday and Sunday, and you can participate as many times as you want during that period. 8 players compete, advancing round by round until a champion emerges. The prize, decisive star emblems, can be exchanged for rewards in the arena shop, including exclusive
Yeah, they're going
hyperlinker
heavy on this
outfits and
PvP.
Chaku skins.
I like
It's
it.
amazing to see a mini tournament built right into the game. I can't wait to jump into the test and start battling other players online.
And that's not all. We're putting the finishing touches on a GVG mode called United Front. This mode will
GVG.
launch after the official release on June 5th, so stay tuned to all our social channels.
Interesting. What is a
In
GVG?
our last test, top players from around the world competed in the FCI Fusion Cup Invitational. After some intense battles,
Is all the
champion was
PvP
crowned,
PvP
and
stuff
players saw the
optional? Of
incredible
course,
variety
PvP is
of
always
game
optional.
compositions and strategies that RTA gameplay offers. So, after the official launch, can we expect more exciting tournaments?
Absolutely. Player feedback and the demand for competitive play have always been a major focus for us. In the future,
Livestream is
Etheria will
bugging.
provide a global stage for competitive players.
Guild versus
I'm
guild?
thrilled to
Oh
announce
yeah.
the Etheria World Summit, the ultimate global tournament for Etheria fans. Let's check
That
out
makes
this short
sense.
trailer.
Yo, they're going crazy with this game, guys. They really are. Got esports, like dang. They're going crazy here. This is exciting.
Hi, Hyperlinkers. I'm the tournament manager of Etheria. The Etheria World Summit, EWS, will officially begin following our global launch. It's worldwide tournament open to all.
Oh, it's a worldwide
Where
tournament.
victory is the only rule, and epic rewards await
This is
those
nice.
who rise to the top. Our first global invitation is
It's
about
really
to kick
crazy
off
to me how
during the upcoming final test in May.
Hoyoverse, they still
All
don't have
players
like a
will be
tournament.
eligible to register.
Insane.
After the official launch in June, the top 128 players will receive the official invitations to compete in the Global Invitational. Selection will be based on
128
in-game
players,
arena
okay.
rankings across both the final test and the post-launch period. All participants will receive rewards, with the top 3 earning cash prizes. The best player will get the chance to face a legendary player in a real-time 1v1 duel and earn a direct ticket to the EWS Grand Finals. This debut year marks the beginning of EWS Global Tiered Tournament structure,
Okay.
including open qualifiers, regional finals, and ultimately the EWS Grand Finals. To deliver the most compelling competition, players will be selected based on both performance and potential. For detailed rules and upcoming schedule updates, please stay tuned to our official announcements.
Nice. Okay. That's good.
Wow, how did Chaku suddenly turn into such a cool robot? I didn't expect to see one here.
I will be waiting for your challenge at the EWS.
We're gearing up to launch our first official tournament right after the game's release. Players who compete in Summit Arena during the final test and after the launch will have a chance to qualify. Make sure to follow Etheria's official community for updates, and let's see who emerges as the strongest player.
That wraps up the first part of our Etheria Direct. A huge thanks to Michael for walking us through so much of the game's content.
And thank you all for tuning in. We can't wait to welcome you to the official launch of Etheria.
Yes, Etheria officially launches on June 5th, and pre-registration is now open on all major game stores. Head over to the official Etheria website, pick your platform, and pre-register to claim some exclusive rewards. When the game goes live, you can use the redeem code on the screen to obtain Anima Prototype, so be sure to take a screenshot and save it. Additionally, during the final test phase, players can also use the redeem code to receive Anima Prototype, so don't miss out. And stick around. Up next is the second part of our preview stream, the Superlink Conference, hosted by our community manager, Chris. He'll be joined by several content creators and the Etheria director for an in-depth discussion about the game.
Now, let's hand things over to Chris, Etheria's community manager. See you later.
Goodbye.
All right, so that was the first part. Damn, there's so many good things about this game. The second part, they're just talking to multiple content creators here.
Hello Hyperlinkers, I'm Chris, the community manager for Etheria. I want to give a big thanks to Mary and Michael for giving us such a detailed introduction to
Hey,
Etheria
it's Vulcan.
characters. I'm here with the game director and 3 amazing content creators, Zoxus, Sean B, and Vulcan, to discuss some big topics you guys are most excited about. Before we start, let's get some introductions, starting with Jack.
Hello Hyperlinkers, this is Jack, the game director of Etheria. The whole team have been working on this project for more than 3 years, and we are so excited we are about to launch. So hope you enjoy tonight's show.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zox. I've been basically, covering every single beta that this game has had, bringing you guys tier lists, not only from global, but also from the CN side. So yeah, I'm just really hyped to see all the things that you guys are going to be able to experience.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean B. I've been making content for turn-based RPG for many years now, and I came across Etheria recently, and I am blown away by how good the game looks, and I'm so excited to try the game out in the official launch later this year.
Hey guys, I'm Vulcan. I've been creating content for 5 to 7 years now. I really love turn-based games. It's a genre I've been really fond of, especially the ones where you got some competitiveness in it. In the last beta for Etheria, I managed to finish rank 1 in Arena, so it's safe to say I tried pretty hard in that beta, and I've been hanging out for the release since then, so definitely looking forward to the release of the game.
Welcome everybody. First, I want to hear your thoughts. So after watching this new live stream, what stood out to you guys the most, and what are you most curious about? Jack here, I feel like it's the perfect chance to ask.
Well, thanks, Chris. I guess I'll go first. So I've been basically, like I mentioned before, covering Etheria since the very beginning. Basically looking for new character reveals, making videos on like anything, basically a new unit, and anything that basically is fresh coming into the game. With that being said, I'm actually really curious. Since it's been about 2 months since the beta, and really honestly since we had the test, we've seen a bunch of brand new characters come in that beta. How did the Etheria dev team manage to design and build so many new heroes in such a short time? Could you share a bit of your character design philosophy?
Yeah, sure. Of course, first, thanks, Dux, for supporting Etheria for the long time. And we are a big fan of your channel, and you make really great content. And back to your question. So, because we are a strategy turn-based RPG, so the character is the really a fundamental pillar of our game. So our first goal is to create as much as
Damn, bro. 6 out of 12.
With diverse and identity. So we put a lot of resource and in this aspect. So we have we created more than 3 pipelines for this character design. So from the creative design and the concept design, 3D modeling, and rigging animation of all this stuff. So there are multiple pipelines running. So actually, when you see this new character release, actually there are already several characters already start in working in process.
Are there any like 3-star characters? Seems like it's mostly 4 stars,
to release
5 stars.
And in the future we will release more characters that will bring new experience to the game.
Well, thanks, Jack. Vulcan, do you have any questions on this topic?
Hey Jack, first of all, thanks for having us on. I really do appreciate you getting us involved. I've loved the little chat we had beforehand, getting to know you. I'm really excited about what you can bring to this game and to the players as well. Now, obviously, I played pretty hard through the.
So is this guy like the CEO or something? Like
and there was already a lot of content.
the head developer? I have no idea.
From that point there, but you do have a bunch of other content still to come as well that you've released. What's the plan on rolling out all the extra content? Is it all going to be there at launch? Is it going to drip feed in so people aren't overwhelmed? Like, what's the general idea of releasing content and the philosophy around that?
Okay. First, thanks for joining us today, Vulcan. And it's quite impressive you make in the last beta, so it's quite impressive. And back to your question. So actually, we are not blindly to add more features, add more systems that to bring to our game, because that will make players just busier and busier. But because we are a strategy turn-based game, so create more diverse of the builds and the strategy and the different game experience is our goal. So you can see from our game, we divide our system into 3 parts. You have daily challenges that you can grant your resource to upgrade your heroes, like the modules and shells. And we have the trial challenges.
So much stamina, man. Oh my gosh.
More difficulty challenge to test if you have a good enough build and that. And there are the third part is events. Events, when we add more new events, it's just to create new experience and with different experience and different gameplay. So this is the basic 3 parts. Of course, we also have 2 parts is the union, right? The union is the social part, and you can play with other players. And the last part, of course, it's the one of the most interesting part of the Etheria is the PvP part. We have its arena, we have RTA.
Yeah, it seems like PvP is like going to be very huge in this game.
Livestream, we introduced
which is very
new
good.
mode. It's a light tournament, so we just also want players to not only enjoy PvE content but also PvP content. So these are the basic framework, and I think it's almost the complete framework of our design. So in the future, we just based on this framework, we will introduce more how to say the event systems and the new challenges. So that's being said, so we are ready. So the game framework is ready. So that's why we're about to launch the game. So I hope everybody is excited and looking forward to it. Thanks.
Yeah, super exciting. Awesome.
Wow, there are like so many things that he mentioned there, especially the PvP part where I'm like super excited about because I know we're all here for that competitiveness in this game, right? But then I also noticed that beside the RTA part, there's also this thing called the Fearless Arena. Like, what is that? Like, how's that different from the RTA that we have in the game?
Yeah, I think we already teased a little bit in the introduction. So, usually a game in this market or in this genre, we have the traditional arena. That means you fight with other players' build, and we got RT, right? You have real time arena, and you match with another player, and usually. This kind of game is also runs a tournament like we did before. We have already held several tournaments, even in the beta test. But the thing is, a tournament is very exciting. I think, Zox and Sean, you had a very interesting match, right? So in the last tournament. But it's always limited. So last time I only invited 16 players, but it's fun, and we want to bring this exciting esport experience to wider audience, so the players more players can join and experience that. So that's why these ideas coming out. That's why we put this
Can you
Fearless
spectate
arena. Actually, it's
these matches?
live
If you can actually
tournament.
spectate these matches, that would be pretty
It's an
dope.
in-game tournament you can play in the weekends. So and there we will match 8 players, and it's a tournament. And after 3 or 5 matches, there's the champion. So we hope it's a brand new experience. I never had see this kind of system in this era. So we hope it will bring a brand new experience to our players.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be a big hit with this game, and I'm super excited to see it in motion. So thank you, Jack, for the additional insight. Transitioning into the topic of balance, strategy, mechanics, it's clear that we put a ton of effort into both PvE and PvP. Since you 3 guests here are super experienced with turn-based RPG genre, are there any concerns you have about Etheria or anything you're particularly curious about? You can ask Jack right now, right here.
Yeah, so for me, I'm probably going to talk for a little bit on this one because this is something that I'm really passionate about. And I think with Etheria,
Tournaments and
module and shell system,
yeah, like they're going
very
crazy when
unique
it comes
that
to
we
like
don't really
PvP in this
see
game.
more in these types of games where there's 2 big things. First of all,
Which is really good because whenever they release these games, these gacha games, all you have is just a story, building up your characters, grinding, and that's pretty much it. That's all you get. Meanwhile, for this game, it's like you got so many things going on.
Pet type things, but they fill that role of a weapon from other games. They're farmable, so you can go ahead and farm them. And then you have a module system where both your quote-unquote gear and your shells have different sets that they can get, and then reaching so many of these sets give you set bonuses, which is a really cool way to integrate getting different set effects, where normally in a game it's just like have 2 of these pieces, have 4 of these pieces, whatever it is. So I thought that's really interesting, the module system with the shells combined with more customization than I've ever seen before, with you've got 3 slots of your modules that can all have the same stats. So you can have like 3 crit damage pieces if you want. You can have 3 HP pieces if you want to go super tanky. There is no speed main stat on them. There's a lot of things where the game has done a bit more customization than what I'm used to seeing. And I just want to hear from you, like why you went with that path and what was the philosophy behind it.
Yeah, that's really a good question. I think also this design, this gear system, and we call it matrix system, because with the matrix you put shell and the module together to get these matrix points to have a fully built, of course, with your animals, your character. So I think this whole system is one of our most satisfied design in our game, because before this setting is design, we have 3 or 4 other solutions or approach, but we are still think it's not there. And of course, we can reference other games. There are a lot of games on the market. We can just take one we think are good, okay enough, and we just take it and do a little bit adjustment. But in during the very early stage, we just think it's not right. It's just too similar with others, and there's no fresh experience. And we also found the builds is quite limited. You go after you play a while, it's a kind of it's preset. You can only follow this kind of ways. So we think about how could we improve this thing, because back to our goal. Our goal is to want to create a diverse and so the rich combinations or builds of this strategy. The player, even the playstyle of the players, they can choose their own way. So when we come up this solution, when we introduce this matrix with shells and the modules, I think we find this solution. You can say if in the end game we have more than 50 enemies, we have more than 20 types of modules, and we have more than near 20 I would say shells. With this combination, of course you may think a little bit complicated for beginners, but when we design a game, we will design for the end game, and we will introduce these systems one by one, step by step, to the players, and they will get familiar with it. And
Oh my gosh, there are so many
with
set effects here.
learning curve. And in the end, we hope in the end everybody get familiar with this, and they can have more choice and more diverse of the builds, then make the game really fun, not only in PvE but also in PvP, especially also in the real-time arena.
Yeah, they have
sort of
artifact
thing.
loadouts.
And then we can have
There's artifact loadouts in the
really
game.
interesting matches. So that's our goal.
Yeah, I honestly, I have something that I want to actually piggyback off of, because we are obviously talking about like relics and cores, and I think that kind of like leads into like the idea that this is a really deep progression system. And I guess that kind of was like one of the things I was wondering was, how exactly were you guys going to approach basically trying to maintain basically the balance between character variety and the strategic diversity in combat? Because I think one of the things with a lot of PvP games is that, especially when you, I guess, have both PvP and PvE, but seeming that we're kind of leaning more towards the PvP side, like that's something that you really want to always kind of like try to maintain, like player interest, but also like what matters to that specific type of game mode. And I guess kind of a double like or stack question there. How do you also plan to add future characters? Like, is it going to be according to that character that's currently destroying meta right now, or is it be just something just completely fresh that creates its own meta? And I think the last part I want to add to that also is how often can players actually expect to see characters added as well?
Okay. That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a really challenging question, and it's a challenging task for us, because balancing is crucial in this kind of game.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Lose balancing, and then you lose, how to say, the diverse of the builds, and then the player will have the similar play style. They will find the jack of all trades heroes, or they will
How is
find
power
the
creep going to
best
work in this game,
best
especially since there is
will break
PvP?
down all these systems. Or if you see in the arena everybody selects the same hero, it will be super boring, right?
Yeah.
So that's how there are two goals. So when we design a new character, we just want to have, for each character we want to have its own place. So its place means some character may be more suitable for PvE content, or even specific bosses. Like,
Okay, that makes sense. That's good.
more stronger in AoE like that. But
Like some characters are built for PvE only, and some characters are built for like bosses only, and some characters are built for PvP. That makes a lot of sense.
That's important. It cannot be replaced by another one, and then it has its own position. Then it's useful in this whole system. But
Okay.
the thing is, we also have to, when we want to make sure it's balanced in PvE, that's easy because we have all these systems, and PVE its status and all this difficulty is set. It's not always changing, so we can use our tools to test all these characters if it's OP or if it's how to say, if it's too strong, too OP in multiple systems. It's easy to handle. But when we're back to PvP, it's a little bit challenging because when we go to we just mentioned before, we have so many different kind of builds and possibilities. So that's why we need some tools. We had a AI driven testing tool, and when we design a new character, we will put in these tools, and then they will automatically run thousands of games with millions, maybe millions of combinations and fight each other, and then they will summarize some reports, and our balancing designer will check this report regularly and see if the neural character is OP or not. And then,
Okay.
of course, we will also, based on our own experience, all these designers, they have to play themselves, and we internally actually we play all the days, and to not only trust only the data, but also the feelings when you play and play with each other and play with the PvE content. So we in summarize, we just want to put so many energy on that. We just make sure it's really balanced, and of course we hope to back to our goal. We want to keep this builds and the gameplay. It's really diverse and more
Okay.
strategy thinking and
That's good.
possibilities. Yeah.
So that's pretty much their answer. Their goal is to make the game as balanced as much as possible.
There are tools behind the scene to allow the dev to play the game, to test with so many combinations to keep the character balanced. But with that amount of game content, and also in the future,
Yeah, they're pretty much using AI to like simulate what's going on. But they tested after the AI gives them like whatever build, like whatever like let's say they're trying to put in a build for a specific character. They're gonna test it themselves.
Allow them to stay relevant in the future.
Yeah. I think what you mentioned, it's the general market is doing, right? So we see a lot of games when they release a new character, it's the must-have, and you have to, because it's always in the feature banner.
Bro, dude,
So,
Hoyoverse is getting called out really hard.
Understand, but we think a little bit different, because in our
Hoyoverse is
system,
getting
we are
called
not
out
only PvE,
really hard.
we have PvP. If we do this way, it's really hard. It's a really huge pressure for the players. They have to purchase, they have to chase the new characters every single time.
They're really getting on Hoyo's case right now, bro.
Other games, it's a huge pressure for us. So we think it's what is better is we create a cycle. It's a cycle means it's a counter cycle with different builds. So it can't say, oh, this build it's the best and you must have. You can choose your own play style. Like we said, if you want to play really tanky, you don't need to chase the speed, right? You don't have to the first speed. And
Yo, they really said Hoyoverse. These guys are amateurs, bro.
Play style is tanky. You just need more HP and even like that. And another thing is,
Oh my gosh.
we want not only this SSR or feature banner heroes is the most powerful. You can see from the last betas, a lot
Bro,
of
HSR is getting roasted.
A lot of SRs are very useful, I would say.
He definitely played HSR. There's no way. I need to make a video on this, bro. We're gonna make a video talking about this part right here, because he just called out HSR. Bro said HP. Wow.
They can even beat most of the PvE content, and then even in the RTA and other arena, they can also play with other players, because the counter.
Hey, what's going on, Mike Tyson?
The best. No, it's
Mike Tyson just joined the stream, guys.
Different builds that counter each other. So I think that's our design philosophy, and so no worry about the.
Yeah, they said we're not HSR guys. Don't worry.
The new heroes, but of course, bring new heroes is always our goal. As I said, we want to just.
We're watching Etheria restart.
It's just new experience or new builds. It's not that
Test direct.
stronger. It's new. It's
Final test
different.
direct.
So I think that's our way.
Yeah, one of the big things with this game that I think will be a key strong point here is the idea of the cycle that you talked about. You know, with every animus having like a different position in the meta, I feel like we're gonna see like an always evolving meta where people are like practicing different strategies, and you know, we'll find out that oh, one little strategy works on this character super great, and then it shifts everything, and then a new character comes out, and then things start to shift again. I think there's just a lot of variability here.
So it's
with the
constantly going to
system
change over
talked about,
time, but
and having a cycling meta like that is what's going to make this game great.
you'll be able to experiment with multiple teams,
All
pretty
right,
much.
anyways,
That's our goal.
so playing off of that, let's address the question that many players are most concerned about. All of you guys have played many gacha games, so what frustrates you the most?
Bro,
I'll kick it off. So with this one, and I'm gonna reference the knowledge I have from the.
they lucky they didn't invite me. I would have went ham here.
It really frustrates me when we have the 50-50 system in summoning. I mentioned earlier I hate weapon banners. They're not in the game. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I don't understand why people are a fan of this.
But with the 50-50, I noticed that when we have, I thought it was a very interesting system. When we have the rate up banners, at least in the last beta, I can't remember the exact numbers, but we have
50-50,
the new
power
character,
creep,
they get the rate
HP
up banner.
inflation,
Now you don't have a soft pity, and it's a higher pity out of.
and you having to summon for the weapon as well. I hate that.
What do we want to call it? 5-star SSR. I can't remember the actual terminology. I apologize. But if you get the high rarity character, there's no 50-50. You get that character that is on the banner. That is
So I really like it how these new upcoming gacha games we're seeing right now,
and I absolutely love that because that covers.
they are pretty much evolving, and we're moving away from Hoyo versus pity system where oh it's 50-50, because you guys know Hoyoverse, they're the ones who pretty much made 50-50 popular. They pretty much set the standard for 50-50. So the fact that we are now moving away from that, you look at Black Beacon, there is no 50-50 for Black Beacon. For the weapon banner is 100% guaranteed, and then for characters, pity is 70 to 70-30. And then for Etheria restart, pity is 100, but there is no 50-50. So you guys can see that we're pretty much moving away from the 50-50 standard, which is really nice.
Okay, so
Is there no skip button? This game does have a skip button. You can speed up the yap and you can skip it if you want.
The also interesting and exciting part for this kind of, because you always got how to say, there's
Since it's PvP gacha, did they talk about it being pay to win? That's a great question.
The characters you really want. So we are players. When we do this, we are not just as developers, because when you are developers, just think of business, the KPIs.
Maybe like for PvP,
You have to do that, but
every character is going to be at 0 dupes, right?
Fan of this genre of turn-based games and gacha games,
But you can, like, you
and,
know, of course, set your own
JRPG,
build.
this kind of stuff. So when we design
You can
this
ban a
visual
character as well
art,
too.
because it's talk about monetization, right? We are a business company. We have to make sure this game can run continuously, and we can then the revenue we generate can support our future development. But again, back to our player experience, we are also frustrated.
Are you live with them? No, I'm not live with them.
When we, pull
They're
out
live right now. We're
some
just
other
watching them.
games, when you get this 50-50. So like
I
you
think they
said,
also have good
that's why
matchmaking.
at first we just decide to totally remove that. But when you get the feature banner, you will guarantee it's the characters in the banner. There was no 50-50. And back to your question, if there's a new character introduced, and from the very beginning, when we launched this new feature banner, the feature character already in the standard banner, so there you don't have to wait, and you don't have to worry about when this feature banner is gone. You cannot get this character anymore. You will need to wait.
They moved them to the standard banner?
3 months like that. No, this won't happen in Etheria. So at the very beginning, you can pull up these characters, and it's in standard banner, including light and dark characters. You know,
That is so good, bro. We don't have to wait for reruns. After their banner is done, they get moved on over to the standard banner.
So
no FOMO? Yeah, no FOMO. of course, it's probably going to be harder for you to get the character in the standard banner, but the fact that you can still get that character no matter what is actually insane, bro. You know?
I think I also noticed that when I was playing the beta, I think the cost of summon I felt it was a bit lower than usual. Is that a thing in this game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that. So back to these things. So
Let's talk about the
one, I
stamina.
think another thing is it's just about 50-50. It's just the how to say. It's to what you say. It's a setting. It's a design. But actually, the thing is behind that is it's how to, you're pricing your game. So we generally think it's just in this market it's just too expensive. As a player, as ourselves, when we play this game, it's too expensive. You need
Bro, dude, these devs are goated, bro.
duplicate system, right?
These devs are
You need to
goated.
pull 5 or 6 times to get a full character. So this you can see in Etheria, we don't change this, but later one it's separate notes.
Like they're literally tackling the main issue with gacha games, bro. They're tackling the main issue.
To reduce the cost of the players to make this game play affordable. So one thing you see is we remove the 50-50 system. Another thing is we put this high rarity, even the featured characters into this standard banner. We let these free-to-play players can easily get them by lucky and or by hard working to collect more these free resources. And another thing is we reduce the price. So I think it's a standard price is 160 gems or crystals or any other how to say in other games, but we reduced it to 100. That's already a huge discount.
So it's 100. It's 100 for single summons.
Crystals in our game.
That's really good.
The thing is, we had a lot of season also give quite a lot of free pools, free we call it animals prototypes and crystals. So the thing is, we just want to be more free-to-play friendly. We hope a lot of people
Thank you, bro.
love our game. You can support us, of course. Then we can create more content for you. But we also, in general, there are the free-to-play players are even larger audience base. So we know that, and so we want everybody to enjoy our game. So we want these players to have a better experience. So we made these several changes. So that's
good.
I think about this gacha in general, or the price, even the price in general.
And if I can, I just wanted to zoom in on one thing there, which was the light and dark units are also in this. Like, so you have a rate up banner for normal elements and then light dark. I'm just going to refer to them as light dark for this. And then you also have a standard banner for the normal elements and then light dark as well. But you can still get those light dark units from the standard element standard banner, which I couldn't believe it when I got my Lily in the beta from that banner, because that is like, that's a massive thing. Like, you don't see that with light dark units typically in these style of games. And on top of that, like the fact for those playing at home, like this is gonna be my strategy as I'm known as the free-to-play sweat lord. When you're getting into the game, and I love that every character goes straight into the standard banner, and so if you're starting even a bit later, but even at launch, you've got those cheaper summons on the standard banner with a lower pity and a soft pity, which makes it a lot easier to get more high rarity characters. So you can
the pity is lower. That's good.
Build out your roster and then start targeting new characters as they come out, and you can do that because of the system of everyone going straight in. Even if you start a bit later, you still have that option to get a really good roster of characters from just using that standard banner. So I think the playoff between the standard and the rate up is a really, really strong thing, even for the longevity of new players coming in.
And think about the thing is very how to say, the dupe system, right? Duplicates. So in Etheria, you only need one and 5 is different. You need 5, it's 5 times more expensive, right? So when you get 1, you get unlock the full mechanics. You only need the in-game free upgrade resource to upgrade the skills, and but the mechanics of the skills, it's already there. You only get 1, it's enough. I think that's also
That's how you know these guys used to play
just,
HSR, bro. They used to play
create
HSR.
a better experience for players.
As soon as they heard about the global passive, they're like, yeah, man, let's go make our own game.
In gacha games, especially recently, where it's like, oh, if you want to like this, you can get this character, but if you want to play them the way they were intended to be played, you need to actually get 3 copies of them and their weapon, and it's just not feasible. When I looked at the duping system on my first stream when I played Etheria, I was like, no way, these are just very simple stat increases. So there is a benefit to it, but it's not like a benefit.
Wait, so if you get a copy of a character, you just increase the stat.
With that character, which is
It seems like you just increase the stat. You don't get like an additional skill. You don't get like something else in your kit. You just increase the stat and that's it.
The no more leveling up fodder characters to feed to increase your star rankings of your characters. Like that is a big thing because often in these style of games, half the time you spend is just repeating campaign stages just to level up that fodder, which has its purpose, but it's a bit tedious and it's not as exciting. Whereas in Etheria, all those materials to keep upgrading your characters are given through events, in-game systems, the quote-unquote tower mode, all that sort of stuff. That's where you can get all those things, and it came at a pretty decent rate. You can also somewhat farm them in the experience stage if you want to as well, and then use them to fuse up as well. So there is that option if you're really desperate to get a few up. But in general, the income felt pretty good of them, and it just means that when you're actually spending your stamina in-game, it's always going to be something exciting. Either you're going for modules or you're going for shells. And for me, when I play these style of gacha games, that's almost as fun as summoning a character, is seeing if I got that, that god tier piece of gear with the 4 optimal substats, you know, and stuff like that. So I think it just makes the general daily gameplay a lot more exciting because that leveling up in the campaign stages is now sort of removed from the game.
Yeah. This I want to add 2 more sentences because I think this is the duplex system, and for this, how to say, you don't have to have this feed other characters to other characters. This kind of setting is actually from the community, because they talk about and give us feedback times to times. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this, because a lot of people are talking about this. We think we really take it serious, and it's really the painful experience when they play other games. So as a game release in 2025, so I think the thing is we want to create just a better experience. So we hear from the community and we make these 2 changes. And we think it's, even for ourselves, it's much easier because we also play that. It's really a long time just how to say, leveling up these other characters. It's not fun. It's just not fun, right? So we hope to take this chance to thank the whole community, the players.
You can't hear
us for the long time, and we hope in the future when we release, you support us and give us feedbacks. We have our community manager here, and in our community, you can also give all these feedbacks, and
you should be able to hear now.
And take your suggestions seriously, and we hope to improve the game together.
Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff just makes this a great experience for new players. Like, as we talked about, like when you're introducing a game to your friends that you're already like a year or 2 deep in, and like you're like, oh, they don't have all the characters, they can't do anything. I just think it's going to be a great opportunity to build a long-lasting like core community, both of free players and paid players. And for competitiveness and all these tournaments coming up, I think that's going to be the key highlight here. And just having a core community that we can build and grow like that is going to be huge for this game, and I'm super excited. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your time. There's been so many great questions going on, and thank you, Jack, for being so transparent.
You guys can hear?
Everything.
Okay.
We're all super excited.
Okay, so they finished this segment.
So just letting you all know, Etheria will launch officially on June 5th. Make sure to pre-register for the official launch, and that'll be live across all major game stores. You can access the official Etheria website to pre-register on whatever platform you prefer, and you'll have access to some unique rewards and some codes on top of that when you register. So there's a lot waiting for you guys. Just make sure you stay tuned to the website and our social media pages. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. It was really fun.
Yo, that was a great talk, man. That was actually very productive, man. I like that. That was really good, man. They actually talked about meaningful stuff. They didn't talk about story or none of that nonsense. They actually talked about the game itself. Is that it? Oh, it seems like that's it. That's it, guys. That's it for the stream. That was amazing. Okay, guys, that was good. I really like how they really talked about what's really wrong in these gacha games, right? You got 50-50. Let me play some music in the background for you guys. You got 50-50, right? You got 50-50. And the way, this is the reason why I made that video of me talking about 50-50 and how it pretty much destroys these games, because if you're going to make a gacha game where the main content is you getting these new characters, why are you making it so difficult for us to get these characters? And I will often see some dumb arguments of people saying, well, you know, that's what gacha is all about. It's a gacha game. If you don't like it, then just leave. That is such a toxic mindset. And you're pretty much telling players that, you know, if you want to enjoy the game, you can't enjoy it in your way. You can't enjoy it in a way where you get a character, build that character, and you can do whatever you want with that unit. However, when it comes to these Hoyoverse games, it's like, oh, I gotta spend some money if I want to get that new 5-star if I want to get that new shiny 5-star character. I gotta dump in some money because the devs refuse to give us more rewards so that we can actually get these characters. Like, it's so insane to me how people, like, they actually defend that and they say that that's good. Like, you guys can obviously see that these developers, they're here to be stingy, they're here to be greedy, and they're here to just take your money. There's a reason why rewards in these gacha games are just not good. They're stingy with rewards. You take a look at anniversary rewards, right? And how for an anniversary patch, they're like being hella greedy with these rewards. You look at Genshin Impact's first anniversary reward, they only gave players 10 pulls. 10 pulls. They won't put in-game content. They won't put a skip button. They won't put artifact loadouts. And this is a multi-billion-dollar company. No PvP, absolutely nothing going on. And that's the thing about these Hoyoverse games. There's no in-game content. There's absolutely nothing to do. I don't give a damn if it's a casual game. I don't care. If you're going to make a game where you have an artifact system, you have all these characters, you have bosses, why is there not a raid system? Why is there not a guild system? How come you guys can make a housing system, but you can't make in-game content? How can you guys make all these regions, but you can't make a guild system? Like, there's just so many ways, you know, these devs, they can use all the money we spend in these games. Like, they can use all the money that players use and they spend in the game. They can use that money to actually, you know, improve their game and make their game a lot better. Because guys, it's 2025, man. It's 2025, and these games are just getting outdated. These Hoyoverse games are just simply outdated. It's crazy to me how there is not a skip button in these damn games. It's actually crazy to me, and people don't see that as a problem. But I'm really excited. That right there, that dev talk was really good. You know, like the fact that they said, yeah, we're not trying to follow these other gacha games when it comes to power creep. We're trying to make sure that every single unit, you know, we're trying to make sure that every single unit has a place in the game. Of course, there's going to be some characters who are trash, right? That's just, you know, it is what it is. There's going to be some characters who are not good, which is fine, because that gives you the opportunity to skip that character and save it for another character who's actually going to be very strong. However, you know, when it comes to meta, it seems like when it comes to the meta, every character has their own place in the meta. One character can probably be good against bosses, right? But they're probably not going to be good in PvP. A character might be good in PvE, but they're probably going to be trash in PvP. So I think that's actually very nice. It's like, if I want to summon for a character and that character is actually good in PvP, then I'll get that character. There's no 50-50. It seems like you don't have to worry about getting dupes, because it seems like when it comes to dupes in this game, you're just getting additional stats, like let's say additional attack, additional HP, additional defense. It seems like as long as you get the character, you have full access to their entire kit. You're not locked behind like a paywall in order for you to have access to their full potential, which is really nice. I don't trust gacha game companies anymore after Kuro pulled a Hoyo with the bad anniversary rewards. You know, fair enough. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the rewards, when it comes to Kuro, my only thing is they should have given us a free Chacona, right? Because of the negative stats effect, especially for Era Rover. That's my only thing. But other than that, I'm not gonna make a huge big deal out of it because the rewards are leagues better than Hoyoverse. But of course, you know, they definitely have to step it up when it comes to rewards. But yeah, it's like I'm just getting so sick and tired of these gacha games just doing the same thing over and over again. Whenever they release, you know, there's no content. We have to wait months and months and months for content. And if we want PvP in the game, if we want in-game content, it's like we have to wait 5 years just so that the devs can implement something that should have been in the game since day one. You know what I'm saying? New gacha games are like drug dealers. The first hit is always free to get you hooked, and then they screw you over. Actually, the thing with the Etheria restart, this game right here, there was like a beta, and a lot of people played the beta, and the beta was actually very, very good. You know, there's actually like an esports for this game. Like there's a tournament, you can compete with other people, you can actually play with other players, and there's like a raid boss system where you can actually go to a raid and fight with other players. The game is actually very, very nice. You know what I'm saying? Because there's multiple beta tests. I think there's going to be a final beta test on May 9th. So I'm definitely going to check that one out. Let's go and check out the website real quick. Etheria restart. Let's check out the website over here. You guys can see, man, like everything is looking good, bro. If you spend a lot of money for one character just for it to get power crept by a future character, that's HSR 101, bro. HSR 101. You guys can see, I already pre-registered. Okay, I already pre-registered, but this is the website over here, and yeah, man, it says June 5th 2025 Etheria restart will release. Really, really nice. And if you want to do like a single summon, it requires like 100, right? You need like 100, let's say Astrites or 100 Primo Gems to do a single summon. They pretty much gave you like a discount, which is really nice overall. No 50-50, really, really good. And whenever a limited character, whenever their banner is done, they're going to move on over to the standard banner. So no FOMO, right? FOMO literally does not exist in this game when it comes to characters, because they get pushed on over to the standard banner, which is really, really good. So yeah, that's a major W. I'm pretty sure for the standard banner, the pity is low as well. So it's like, it's pretty obvious that what they're trying to do is they're trying to like find a way on how to make sure that players, they don't feel left out. If they're, as long like they don't feel left out for not having the latest character. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say a character isn't good right now, and you know, I skip that character, but later on in the future that character actually becomes really, really good. Well, guess what? That character isn't a standard banner, and I can summon for that character. You guys can see on Pride when they already set up these characters. There's a lot of units over here. Yeah, they already set up a lot of things here, which looks really nice. We have these shells, we have matrix effects. Yeah, everything is looking good, man. Everything is looking nice. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. What about this website over here? Because they said that they included a Etheria restart. There it is. So we have a Etheria restart over here. Early game team building and a lot of things going on, which looks really, really nice overall. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this game, man. I'm excited, really am. I'm gonna go ahead and make a video talking about this, and I'm gonna say that this game completely cooked HSR when it comes to hype, and all the things that we wanted in HSR seems like it's gonna be in this game instead, which is honestly very, very sad. You know, this game, it's pretty obvious that this game is making less money than Hoyoverse, and these devs actually know what players want in the game. Which characters look appealing to you? That's a great question, man. We come back over here, characters. Let's take a look. Now, obviously, when it comes to like, you know, rare characters, you know, they're pretty trash. I ain't gonna lie. You know, rare characters are always lame. Who cares? SR characters, I'm gonna have to say when it comes to SR characters, I'm gonna have to go with this character over here. She looks pretty cool. I like this character. This guy as well. Looks pretty nice. Yang. I like his design. And yeah, when it comes to 4-star characters, there's not really a lot going on. Character looks pretty nice as well. This character looks cool. Now, when it comes to SSR characters, all right, SSR characters. And I'm going with Rahu, man. Rahu looks really, really good. He looks nice. Rahu looks nice. This guy looks nice. I like his design. Who else? Is she a 5-star character? Yeah, she is, I think. This guy looks nice too. He looks cool. You know, there's actually a good amount of male characters, which is really nice, man. Like, I like that. Good amount of male characters. Keep it balanced. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SSR male characters, and when it comes to SR, we got, you know, a good amount as well, which is pretty good. Lamest design though, when it comes to SSR characters, I'm gonna have to say probably this character, man. Her design looks kind of ass. I ain't gonna lie, it looks kind of lame. But when it comes to cracked units, we don't know yet, man. We don't know yet, but the new character they just talked about in the trailer on the live stream, he looks pretty nice. She cleanses, I think she speeds up your teammates, and she also increases attack and defense, which is really, really good. So yeah, that character is probably going to be very, very nice to have, especially in PvP as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But I hope I can get into the playtest though. I really hope I can get into the playtest, so I can actually see what's going on with this game. I don't like characters with hats. Fair enough. I haven't seen this guy though. This guy look like he look pretty simple. Oh, nothing too crazy. Oh yeah, this character looks nice too. Veronica, she looks cool. But yeah, guys, yeah, that's all we got when it comes to Etheria Restart. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for this game. No 50-50. We do have a skip button. No FOMO. They didn't really go into too much details when it comes to events, which is fine. But, you know, we'll see when the game releases. I'm going to go ahead and make a video talking about this. And thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Adios.